I'm sitting here working on videos for you guys, I just came across a very interesting topic on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It was shared by Hunter Next Gen Player 3 hours ago. It says the Order 1886 was originally a trilogy with 2 games offering bigger fights and multiplayer. It was canceled due to the mixed critical reception from gaming outlets. The sequels were called the Order 1891 and the Order 1899. Now, if you're asking, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about the Order 1886, the game that released alongside of the PS4 or around that time. It was a PS4 era game, and it was just something so different, so cool, and so beautiful to look at. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Order 1886 is a game that introduces players to a unique vision of Victorian era London, where a man uses advanced technology to battle a powerful and ancient foe, as Galahad, a member of an elite order of knights, joins a centuries-old war against a powerful threat that will determine the course of history. This game was a game, you guys might not know this if you're new here, but if you've been watching the channel for a long time, we've talked about the Order 1886. We played a little bit of the Order 1886 here on the channel. It was a game that I was dying to own when I was a kid, or when I was younger. I was a teenager, I suppose, but I do remember telling my pops, like, hey, yo, pops, can you get the Order 1886 for me? Like, I really want this game. It was everywhere. Like, PlayStation at the time was pushing this game heavily. Like, before it released, the trailers, the cinematics, they were everywhere. It was like their next big thing. I think this could have been like the next God of War, the next, I don't know, maybe Horizon. I mean, even though Horizon came afterwards. But my point is that this could have been a launching pad for a great franchise, a great series that spanned multiple games, some DLCs. It was just supposed to be the next big thing for PlayStation. You know, PlayStation's always been looking for the next big thing or trying to be innovative with the story games and things like that. I think they put a lot of love into the Order 1886. But ultimately the game failed because of the critical reception of the game. One of the biggest complaints of the game was that the story was far too short for what it cost. For it to be a big, serious game, the story was just way too short. I think you could complete the story in like 8 hours, maybe less, maybe even 7 hours. So the story wasn't long at all. Look, I might even be lying. It actually might be like 5 hours, to be quite honest with you. Like, if you really try to rush through it and things like that, like, it's a very short game. But it's a game that is rich in lore, rich in story. Like, there's so much unexplored in the Order 1886 that this could have been greatness. Honestly, like, and I'm not even bullshitting. Like, if you guys have never played this game, give it a shot, man. Buy it on PlayStation and give it a shot. Play it or watch gameplay of it, watch lore of it, something. Just get acquainted with this game, get to know it a little bit. It was a game that just looked incredible to me. Everything, the design, the art direction, how beautiful it looked, the characters, the names, the accents, the beast, the guns, the loosely false connection to actual real history. Like, I mean, it was crazy. I've always been a fan of the Order 1886, and I didn't even play it until the pandemic. I didn't even get to play it until 2020. We had downtime. The pandemic was going on. I was thinking, like, what game should I play next? And then I remembered, no way, the Order 1886. I never actually bought this game. I never got it. And you don't know how obsessed I was with this game. And I found it on a deal on the PlayStation Store, bought it, and we fucking played it for the first time. And I was mind blown. It was worth every single penny. But the problem was that I bought the game for like $10. So for me, it was a fucking steal. I played it, I enjoyed it, and it took me multiple days to finish because honestly, I played slowly. I played only little bits because I was doing other things. So it took me like a week maybe to finish it. And honestly, I was playing it very slowly, and I kept dying in certain parts or whatever. So, maybe that added some time, but I thought that the game was pretty fun overall, and I didn't really have any complaints. I just do wish that maybe the gameplay would have been a little bit quicker, and I also wish that the ending wouldn't have ended on a cliffhanger type of thing. That shit killed me. It looked like Sir Galahad was turning into motherfucking Batman by the end, and I thought it was about to go down, and then the game ended, and I got a little sad. But anyways, I know this is very long-winded, and I apologize because you guys have probably, if you're new again, you've probably never heard me talk about the Order 1886, but a new article came out by Jordan Ben Midler from VideoGameChronicle.com, and he was speaking to Julian Chiez and Ru Hueraceria. I am so sorry for that. The creative director of The Order 1886. They were discussing his plans for the game's sequel, which was in early stages of development before being canceled. This is what Jordan got from the interview. He says that the creative director described writing a 10-page pitch for the game, which would have included far bigger fights as well as a multiplayer. Multiplayer was in development for the first game, but it was shelved for the sequel. So it kind of goes in depth a little bit about what The Order 1886 was supposed to be in general. Not even from the sequels, but like the plans that Sony had, the plans that PlayStation had. There's a fucking bird who won't shut the fuck up. And I cannot think straight. I can't shut him up. He's just out there just going crazy. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's been doing this shit for like 30 damn minutes. I'm really sorry if that shit's annoying you. It's annoying me too. I can't shut it up. Anyways, it goes to show that Sony wanted this to be a big thing. We're going to have multiplayer. We're going to have this big game. Multiple people are going to get together. Like, they had big plans for this game. Bird, please shut the fuck up. Please shut up. Please, dog, just shut up. He goes on to state in his article here that 2 sequels were planned for the franchise, The Order 1891 and The Order 1899. So the second game would have picked up 2 years after the events of the first game. It would have probably picked up with Sir Galahad in the shit, being balls deep, if you will, in what was going on at the time with the world. I think we would have seen a different Sir Galahad. We would have seen the world a little bit different. He would have been chased. He would have been a criminal, things like that. I mean, it would have been so cool. And something would have happened in that game where you potentially don't see Sir Galahad and his team for 8 years, because the third game would have been titled The Order 1899. Now, he states here that the third game was never in development, but who knows what type of direction it could have gone in. And Sir Galahad probably would have lived through a lot of this franchise, because if you don't know, from The Order 1886, they can, like, humans or the people that are enhanced by this stuff can live like a lot longer. Like they can live a shit ton of years and still look young. And to be honest, Sir Galahad was still kind of in his prime. He was still a beast. So we could have probably seen him fighting for a really long time. What I find interesting is that in this article, he also goes on to say that there was discussions and stories being written for the Order franchise to go into the 20th century. And the 20th century begins in 1901 to the year 2000. Can you fucking believe that? Can you believe if we would have gotten the Order second and third games and then some stuff happens, Sir Galahad goes quietly, not into retirement, but he quietly disappears for a few years, and then the story picks back up. And I want to say with Sir Galahad, because he was the main guy, he was the main character. You know, he was that guy. He could have been Kratos to God of War. And like, I mean, I don't know, could you just imagine Sir Galahad kind of coming back up during the 1920s or the 1930s or during World War II? What is the climate at? Is he still in London? Did he go somewhere else? Is he in the United States for some reason? Is he in a different part of England doing different type of work? The possibilities could have been endless. I mean, imagine that. Imagine a fucking Order game where it's like the 80s, bruh, like the Order 1982. You know what I'm saying? And Sir Galahad is a little bit older, but he's still kind of doing his thing, you know, fighting fucking vampires and just crazy shit. I mean, mind blown, dog. Honestly, mind blown. I've always, in the back of my head, have had hope that potentially somewhere we would get an Order 1886 sequel. I always hope, like, man, maybe they are working on it. Maybe they're gonna make a comeback one day. I don't think they ever will. I think today, right now, I realize that they're probably never, ever going to make a sequel to the game, especially with our guy coming out here and talking about what could have been, what he was already working on, and what was canceled. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart so bad, because clearly you might have understood and realized that the Order 1886 was a game that I really enjoyed. It's a game that when I was a younger man, a teen, whatever, I really wanted. I dreamt of that game. It just seemed like otherworldly. And when I finally got my hands on it, I wasn't disappointed. I was not disappointed. I loved it. And to know that there would have been sequels, there would have been this multiplayer plan, there would have been sequels even into the 20th century. Sir Galahad could have become a legend. Everybody could have known Sir Galahad. He could have been that next badass, like Kratos, like Arthur, like Joel, like just he could have been a legend for PlayStation, man. He could have been a legend for gamers. And Sir Galahad just quietly went into the night and died along with the sequels, and it sucks, man. But this article here, I'll link down in the description below, by Jordan Midler from videogamechronicle.com, is a great read. Goes a little bit into depth. I think he shares a video about it as well, if you guys want to look at that and get a lot more information on the order. If you were ever a fan, are you disappointed with this news, or are you excited that at least you know what could have been?